Hi everyone, and welcome back to a welcome guide to visiting Korea. I'm Kayla. Welcome to Seoul's most iconic design landmark, Dongdaemun Design Plaza, or DDP. Designed by world-renowned architect Zaha Hadid, DDP's futuristic curves and sleek structure make it a magnet for tourists, artists, and influencers alike. Located in the heart of Dongdaemun, this cultural hub hosts exhibitions, fashion shows, design markets, and dazzling light displays at night. Whether you're into modern architecture, creative inspiration, or just looking for the perfect photo spot, DDP is a must-visit. It's more than a building, it's Seoul's symbol of innovation, creativity, and the vibrant pulse of the city. Next up, we'll have a conversation with two travel journalists, Katie and Jonathan, about their first-hand experience in Seoul, South Korea. If you listen until the end, you'll get some great information you might not have expected. Subscriptions, likes, and notification settings are small acts of kindness that give strength and courage to the hosts of the podcast. Please do so. Let's jump in.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to cut through the noise and give you the essential insights you need. Today, our mission takes us to Seoul. We're exploring Dongdaemun history and Culture Park DDP, as it's known. It's this really amazing place, just a stunning blend of ancient history, super modern design, and, well, a vibrant cultural pulse.
Yeah, and it's actually DDP's 10th anniversary, so we thought, what better way to celebrate than to look at it closely? Because through its story, we can really start to uncover what makes a city truly great. We're going to, peel back the layers from ancient fortresses, believe it or not, right up to K-pop legends, and see how this one spot is kind of a microcosm of Seoul itself.
Exactly. So get ready for some maybe surprising facts and those aha moments. We're diving deep into why DDP isn't just some landmark you tick off a list, but a living, breathing part of Seoul's identity.
Okay, so let's start broad. What actually makes a city, truly great? We found it sort of boils down to two main things, really. First, you need strong fundamentals, the basics. It has to be safe, efficient, convenient for the people living there. Makes sense, right?
Right, totally.
And second, but just as important, is individuality. A great city needs its own unique charm. It shouldn't just be trying to copy, London or New York. It has to be itself. These two things together, that's when a city really thrives.
And that point about convenience. It's interesting how transportation always comes up. It's so key. I mean, I can personally vouch for Seoul here. I lived there for years, never got a driver's license, and honestly, never needed one. The public transport is just so good. Efficient, comfortable, driving almost felt pointless sometimes.
Exactly. And that's such a powerful point now, isn't it? Especially thinking about the climate crisis. People who choose not to drive or who can rely on great public transport, they're actually contributing something really significant. So maybe as you, the listener, think about your own city, ask yourself, does it have those strong fundamentals? And does it have that unique personality? Does it really show it off?
Right. So keeping those ideas in mind, let's zoom in on Dongdaemun history and Culture Park, starting right at the station itself. Because even the name tells a pretty fascinating story.
Oh, it really does. The station name we know now, Dongdaemun History and Culture Park Station, it's just the latest chapter. Originally, it was Gyangsong Stadium Station.
Gyangsong Stadium.
Yeah, and before that, the whole area, there was a fortress wall. It ran from Dongdaemun Gate to another gate, Kangyeonmuk. They actually demolished part of that wall to build the stadium.
Wow. What?
Then, after Korea's liberation, it got renamed Seoul Stadium. Pretty straightforward. But then, jump to the early 80s, the big Jamsil Sports Complex gets built across town. Suddenly, you've got two Seoul stadiums. So to avoid confusion, this one became Dongdaemun Stadium.
Oh, makes sense.
And then finally, Dongdaemun Stadium itself was demolished to build DDP, which brings us to the current name. So you see, it's just layers and layers of history literally under your feet there.
And it really hits home when you hear personal stories connected to it. We learned about someone whose high school, Chungam High School, apparently a baseball powerhouse.
Oh, yeah. Big baseball school.
Right. And he remembers them making it to the finals, winning the championship right there in that stadium. It just shows how these places get woven into our own lives,
Absolutely. And it wasn't just sports. Dongdaemun, for decades, has been known as this mecca for fashion clothes. It's famous for this thing called the one-day prototype.
The one-day prototype.
Yeah, you could see a design on TV one night, and literally the next day, a sample, a prototype, could be hanging on a rack in Dongdaemun. The speed is incredible. And the reason is, everything is right there. The fabric suppliers, the cutting places, button makers, zipper factories. The whole supply chain is packed into that area. It's this really complex, intense industrial ecosystem.
Wow.
It does make you think, doesn't it? When you walk around your own city, what hidden histories are buried under the landmarks you see every day?
Totally. So you come out of the station with all that history underneath you, and bam, there's DDP itself. And that design, it's striking. Some people even said strange at first, right? It definitely grabs your attention.
It absolutely does. I mean, the architect, Zaha Hadid, she was a Pritzker Prize winner. That's like the Nobel Prize for architecture.
Okay, so top tier.
Top tier. But yeah, her design, very fluid, very unconventional. It definitely sparked some strong reactions initially, a lot of debate. But you can't deny it makes a statement.
And it seems like maybe because of that boldness, it's become a huge draw for international visitors, a real must-visit place. People say photos taken there just look amazing. There's something about the architecture.
It's incredibly photogenic.
Yeah, it makes it a space for special experiments, as one source put it, for photography, for design.
Definitely. And speaking of photos, keep an eye out for Hatch. It's this sort of renewed Seoul character, and it's become another popular photo spot right there at DDP.
Oh, cool.
But it's not just about the ultra-modern. There are these little pockets of unexpected culture nearby, too. Like if you go over near the old Defense Gate area, you find these authentic Russian restaurants.
Russian restaurants, really? That's unexpected.
Isn't it? You can find dishes like okroshka, which is a cold soup, or chabureki pastries, plav, the rice dish.
Wow. Like proper Russian food.
Proper Russian food. And apparently, some of it, surprisingly, really clicks with Korean tastes. It's this interesting little culinary crossroads right there.
That's fascinating. Just adds another layer, doesn't it? How design and these unexpected cultural bits mix to give a city its personality.
Exactly. And beyond the architecture and the food, DDP has also kind of evolved into this, well, almost a sacred place for K-pop fans.
Oh, right. I read that. Like a soccer museum for soccer fans, but for K-pop.
I see.
Especially with events like Design Dreamland.
Precisely.
Yeah.
It's amazing you can practically walk through the history of K-pop there. They lay out the whole chronology, starting way back, what some call Generation Zero. You know, Seo Taiji Boys, Park Jin-young's debut.
Yeah.
The real pioneers.
The groundbreakers.
Yeah. And then it flows through the early icons, groups like SES.
SES, I remember them.
Right. And TVXQ. They all laid such important groundwork. And then you see the progression. Wonder Girls. Their achievement was huge.
That was the Billboard Hot 100 thing, right?
Yes. They were the first K-pop group to chart directly on the Billboard Hot 100, hitting number 76, I think it was. Not fourth, but still huge. A massive deal back then. Apparently, their song Nobody was everywhere, even playing in clubs in England.
Wow. Okay, that's global reach early on.
Definitely a key moment. And then, of course, BTS, their rise, documented there and felt everywhere, is just seen as one of the most, well, spectacular achievements. It really feels like they mark this dividing line, you know, between the second and third generations of K-pop.
A total paradigm shift.
Absolutely. And the story just keeps going, right? With the current big groups, IVE, LE SSERAFIM, New Jeans, Rise. Though I admit, I start losing track with the newest ones.
I do sometimes.
But it shows how K-pop history is this living, breathing thing. It's like an amazing history book, but one you'd actually want to read because it's told through this incredible story. And it's a book that needs updating constantly, like every few months, because the history just keeps being written right there.
It makes you think about how culture shapes identity and creates its own history as it goes. So dynamic. Now, shifting gears slightly, but staying with that sense of history. The Dongdaemun Stadium Memorial Hall. This sounds like a really moving place, described as somewhere that can almost make you cry.
It can be very evocative, yes.
Where you can still sort of feel the old stadium, the lighting towers, maybe even hear the crowds.
You really can. There's one exhibit in particular that's highly recommended. It's a cross-section of the ground itself, showing the layers of soil from the surface down deep.
Oh, interesting.
And what's incredible is how the history gets older, gets longer, as they put it, the deeper you go. Like, dig down just 1 meter, you're in the Japanese colonial period. Go down 2 meters, late Joseon dynasty. 3 meters, middle Joseon. It's this powerful visual reminder that the past literally remains in the soil of Seoul.
That gives me goosebumps, honestly. Just thinking about standing on top of all that history. And there's that really touching story. Someone who saw the actual last game played in the stadium 17 years ago.
Yes, I remember reading that.
And then they went back to the Memorial Hall much later and saw this video footage cheering crowds, the old team flags, Golden Lion, Phoenix,
Yeah.
the presidential flag too, all focused on a baseball.
Yeah.
And it was like being transported right back to that moment.
Incredible. And it's crucial to remember DDP, this huge futuristic structure, it was built precisely on the footprint of that demolished stadium. It occupies that exact same historical space. It really brings up questions about how cities preserve history, doesn't it? And how these public spaces hold on to memory, both personal and collective.
So wrapping up our deep dive here, we've really journeyed through Dongdaemun History and Culture Park. We've seen it as this ancient site, a global fashion engine, an architectural wonder, and now this key point in the K-pop universe.
Yeah.
It's really a place where you can touch history from centuries ago and also get a glimpse of the future all in one spot.
It really is. Dongdaemun is just soaked in memories. For some, it's the baseball stadium. For a newer generation, it's DDP. But it's all part of the same story, isn't it? Remembering the past, but also actively creating the future together.
Yeah. And this deep dive definitely leaves us wondering, what's next for DDP? What will it look like in another 10 years? How will Seoul keep changing around it? How will DDP adapt?
Constant evolution.
Yeah, exactly. And maybe that's the thought to leave you with today. Think about a place in your own life, maybe in your city, that's changed dramatically over time. How do you see its different historical layers interacting? And how do you personally carry its past memories into its present and its future?
Something to ponder.
Definitely. Well, thank you for joining us on this deep dive. Seoul's got so many more stories embedded in its stations, and we can't wait to explore another one with you next time.